Hi, my name is Tobias Mattsson and this is a 30-minute yoga class with a focus on our spine. So no more talking. Let's start. Sit on your mat or on the floor and start moving and rolling along your mat as a way of warming up your spine. And come up to a tabletop position. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips, feet in the mat as support. And when you breathe out, you tilt your tailbone, move down, and watch your tummy. Breathe in, tailbone up, and roll until your head comes up. And continue with your breath. In yoga, there's a saying that you're as old as your spine is flexible. And a healthy, flexible spine is important for a carefree, happy life, I think. It's also very common with back injuries. And a lot of it is down to that we don't have enough support muscles in our core and especially in our back. We don't lift so much anymore. Things like rowing are very good for our back muscles. That can be a way of supporting your spine. We also spend far too much time walking on even floors and grounds. So one advice a friend of mine got from a back doctor was to walk on uneven grounds to get that hip movement for the lower back, where there's usually a lot of pain for a lot of people. So we can stop there and we continue the movement, but we do it in a side motion so we get the hips and neck moving as well. It doesn't matter how it looks. Just try to get some movements and warm up your whole spine. And follow your breath so you breathe out when you come up with your spine and breathe in when you come to a cow position. And now, in a way to simulate that we are walking on uneven grounds, we're gonna walk on the mat with our hips so our feet are straight, and you move your weight so you can use your bones here in your hips as small tiny legs. And it can be quite hard because we're very stiff and usually quite immobile in these parts. But just try it a bit. It becomes easier after a bit of practice. But as I said before, the best thing is to move and walk on uneven grounds. And we can stop there. come up to any sitting position and just flex our neck. So no dragging here, just a tiny weight of your arm. And look up. And sideways. So just a careful examination of the range of movement in your neck. And we can do sideways as well. And if you do this half an hour exercise, I'm sure it can hurt a bit the day after. But that's a good thing. It means that you have done something you haven't done before. And if you're careful, there shouldn't be any problem. Motion is lotion, and use it or lose it, as the saying goes. So come back onto your mat and onto your stomach. And here is a way to exercise our back muscles that keep our shoulder blades together. So we just breathe in and do like small crocodile hands here. And breathe out and come down. And if we exercise our back muscles and our core muscles, they can act as a support system for our spine. When we lift and the way we position our spine so we can stand straight, for example, and not lift with a too bendy back until you're strong enough to lift with a bent back. I would say that the thing people say that you always have to lift with a straight spine is only for people that don't have spine enough to lift that way. So that was a little bit for our back muscles. Now we're going to continue with some shoulder rotation. So you put your hands straight out and you use your thumbs as guides. So when you breathe out, you do the cat-cow movement again. The thumbs go as far back and up as you can. And breathe in. Open your chest and your neck a bit. Mostly your chest. The movement is in the upper parts of the spine. And put your hands down, put them on your knees. And we do a sitting cat-cow. And we try to keep our head as still as possible. So you breathe in, point your chest, breathe out, round your back. And of course you can do any of these exercises for as long as you like. This is just a shorter example class. I was thinking half an hour is a good length for a class you can do now and again. And stand up straight again. Cup your hands, put them on your shoulders, and we breathe out. Twist the spine to the left. Breathe out to the right. And stop in the middle. And come down to crossed leg position. And now you put your hands on your knees. And we do the Kundalini exercise, Sufi circles. So here you can do any type of breathing. The common way is to breathe out when you go forward. And breathe in when you come back. You can choose any direction. The reason we sometimes switch the breath is to get the spine as a resistance in the movement. So if the stomach is like a big balloon, it creates more pressure on the internal organs, which is beneficial because we can't massage our inner organs in any other way but with movement and breath. So here I breathe in and breathe out. And the common thought is to keep your head still. So you can think that your lower back goes around a golf ball when you start, and then a tennis ball, and then a volleyball, and then basketball, as you get further and further out in your spine, in the movement. But I would say any movement you have is good, and you can even turn your head around if that's okay with you. The thing is, when we move the head together with the spine as this, the spine can always be like a mast on a ship. So the spine is totally straight here, and the only movement we get is down, way down the spine. So if you keep your head still, the spine really has to move like a chain. And switch directions. and stop in the center. We can switch legs if we have some ache in them. And sit straight with the spine again. And breathe in, let the breath start the movement. And when we breathe out, you choose any direction. Put your hand back as a cup. Turn first your stomach, then your shoulder, and then put down your arm. Strengthen your fist to get support here. Keep your spine straight. And when the fist is tight here, we press a bit here. So we get further movement in the spine. Turn your chin and your eyesight. Push your shoulder back. And stay here and take deep breaths in. So the breath and the lungs become sort of like a resistance bag to the movement. So when you breathe in, you can go back a bit towards the front. And when you breathe out, you go further. Just a slight movement and a slight push here. Don't overdo it, or you get sore in the morning. And come back to center. And the other side, breathe in. Breathe out. Turn, stomach, shoulder. And like a cup for support. Forward, chop down. Tighten your fist. Straight spine. And turn. And stay with deep breaths. Come back a bit when you breathe in. And when you breathe out, you twist a little bit more. And come back to center. Now we put up hands like a cactus. And we breathe out and push them together. Engage your stomach. And turn them as far back as you can. Like you can squeeze a dollar bill between your shoulders. And breathe out. And squeeze. Breathe in. Breathe out. And come down. We come up to standing. And we'll do a stance hip width apart. Cross your thumbs. And we'll do the Kundalini exercise. Miracle. Miracle bow, I think they call it. And the saying is that if you do this every day, you cannot die. So let's hope that's true. And the same here, if you don't have enough muscles for your back yet, you'll do this carefully and further and with more speed as you gain muscles after your weeks of training. And stand up straight. You can take a bit wider stance. Hold your elbows. And now you tuck your tailbone in so you have a support of your strong stomach. And we do a sunflower movement here, where we turn and come down. And same here, take it careful and make sure you have muscle support in your movement. So do it mindfully and not just throw your body around like a rag doll. And switch directions. Breathe out when you go down, breathe in when you come up. And come down. Hands on your knees. Wide stance here. And just turn. Like a stretch for your shoulder and your spine. And come down to a squat. Put your elbows inside your knees. And if you can't put your heels down, you put them on some blocks or pillows or something. And then try to keep your spine straight and a long neck here. And this is a good stretch for our hips and thighs and knees and shoulders. A lot of parts of our body. So this is a position I think you should sit in at least once a day. When you read something or fold your laundry or eat or something. And come down. We shouldn't forget our core, our stomach. So you can do any exercise for the stomach, but I kind of like this, which I saw in a boxing movie. And if it's too much for you, you put your hands under your bum and just write your name with your feet. Like this. Or just normal sit-ups. Or the yoga pose, the boat. Whatever you prefer. Then we come down, and now we move our knee to our chest and do a twist, universal twist. And that was a sound in my spine. I'll just show a short twist here, but it's very beneficial to stay in it for a long time. So you pull in your knee, perhaps move your hips a bit, come back to center before you turn to the other direction, and hold your knee somewhere or put some support under here, and watch towards the other direction. And come back to center. And before we start a bit of a rest in Shavasana, we just move our body anyway like this. And relax, let your feet fall to the side, hands up, perhaps some movement. Good work, everybody. Your future spine will thank you. And thanks for this exercise. And just stay in Shavasana for as long as you like. Thanks, bye.